DTZ Entertainment presents Coffee Bar Stories, a talk show adjacent comedy podcast with your three hosts, Dad, Son, and Bubba.
Time now for two dad jokes. What did the nose tell the finger? Stop picking on me. What do you call a toothless bear? A gummy bear. DTZ Podcast Network. Welcome to the Comedy Block. Here it is, everyone's favorite show, the Scamics.
Welcome back to the Scamics. It seems Ron has gotten himself into a pickle. We join Peter rushing into Bob's office.
Hey, Peter. What does John's Long even mean? Do we get the cars? Where's Ron? Why do you look like Casper the Terrified Ghost?
Damn it, Bob. Ron was taken. He's been kidnapped. Man, we're in some shit now. And they left the cars on the trailers. What in the hell are we gonna do?
Oh, wait, what do you mean they took Ron? Was it Jack? Did he scam us?
Hey guys, it's Cecil. So I've looked over the cars they just got. Took me forever to get them out of the trailers. Why wasn't that already done? Anyway, they're all absolutely fucked. They're all flood cars. Some are missing engines and not a catalytic converter in sight. I've checked.
What do you mean? We just paid for flood cars? How in the hell? Humphrey, you motherfucker! Where is that fucking slimy two-timing backstabber?
Yeah, wait a minute. He's only requested 2 days off, and it's already been 4. Where is that snake hiding?
Last I heard, he hit it big at a casino on Tuesday and then shacked up at Horny Jack's. Him and Sloppy Susan have a room.
That shit turd probably won that shitty $200 jackpot at Diamondback Casino. If he's at Horny Jack's, maybe he knows who took Ron.
Then that's where we're going. Get the car, guys. We're going to the strip club and buffet. All right, Cecil, Bob, we're going to storm in, and if need be, guns a-blazing. If he's in there, he'll tell us what we need to know.
I haven't seen any action since 42. Let's do this shit.
What the actual fuck, Cecil? Put it away. Peter, you know better. We're not committing a felony. Give me that thing. You scare me when you have that.
Nah, I'll keep it. I'll put it away, man. Don't worry. See, the safety's on. If he's in the room with Sloppy Susan, then he's with someone in the back, somewhere in the back. When we get there, Cecil's gonna guard the door where you and I are gonna get the information we need. You ready, guys?
Goddamn motherfuckers won't let me get fucking shot. Alrighty, let's get back there and get our information. Oh boy, boobies! See you fine gentlemen later.
God damn it, Cecil! Get back here! Oh, fuck. He's gone stared into the nipple, and it's staring right on back.
Forget him. We got this. I see Sloppy's door. Let's go. Oh, Susan, you've got some visitors. Ah, Humphrey, what a pleasant surprise. You've missed quite a few days of work, and it's time for your performance review. Susie, I think this session's over. You're needed back on the floor.
Son of a bitch, Peter. Put the fucking gun away. I'm not gonna ask again, man. Hey, Humphrey. What the fuck's with all the flood cars, you ass fuck? Some are missing engines, and apparently all are missing the catalytic converters. Who the fuck did you set us up with?
You sell used cars. I found you used cars. Where's the problem? What's with the gun? What the fuck? I did what I promised. You almost shot me, man. What the fuck?
Where the fuck is Ron, Humphrey? Someone took him, and I bet you have the fucking answer. Start talking, shitheel.
I swear I didn't do it. Giuseppe and his men were looking for him yesterday, but they didn't find him. That's all I know. I swear. Oh wait,
Well, then
speaking
there's
of
still
which,
hope
their
for
ad's
you.
playing right now.
You need to go see Giuseppe. He turns down no one. He's very easy to deal with, and
Enjoy your show, asshole. Bob, we're out of here. Let's go.
God damn it, Peter! The gun! Put it away!
Sorry about all the noise up there, Albert. Just teaching a deadbeat a lesson is all. We didn't kill him. He even offered to pay for the damages. Oh, Cecil. Hey, man, let's go.
No, I didn't.
Oh, glorious titch! I must take my leave, but alas, don't be sad, for I shall return to come and grasp on your bountiful perkiness once again. Oh, hey guys, Sloppy Susan got a boob job. What's going on?
God damn it, Cecil. Was that your entire paycheck? Damn it, let's get out of here.
well, folks, so much for Ron. Now Bob and Peter have to deal with a lot full of derelict cars. Tune in next time. This has been the Scamics.
Hi there, I'm Harold Simons, the current CEO of Sloan Corp. As you may know, we've strived to be a household name in the community, as well as furthering the advancement of your quality of life. Since 2021, we made an effort to bring the modern advancements to the realm of pharmaceuticals, businesses, charter schools, and so much more. Now that we've been at the top for the last 3 years, we're looking towards our community for our next Sloan employees. Do you possess any of the following skills or knowledge? Animal handling, level 6 military clearance, basic computer skills, advanced knowledge on city infrastructure and agriculture, acting skills, experience with corporate espionage. And do you know the difference between there, and there? No, seriously, our memos are so fucked you can't even believe it. If so, apply now. How? Don't worry about it. A representative is already on their way. This has been Harold, and we hope you have a very slum day.
Sloan Corp.
Oh, hi there. Staying here for the Sloan Creek Chamber of Commerce. I'm inviting you to visit our town. Here we have some of the nicest people and some jerks too. But we have top-notch shopping like at our mall and small mom and pop shops. We also have many shops like the Bong Emporium, Herb's Meth World, and we got Larry's Gym for all the fitness buffs. Now, places to eat goes without saying. We have the best eateries around, like Lou Betty's Diner. That's the best. When it comes to home cooking, it goes to the next level. Along with Sally's Side of the Road Diner, they have the best, the freshest, and the most abundant of roadkill to serve to you. As far as buffets go, Horny Jack Strip Club's buffet is the best, hands down, no questions asked. So, if you want to have a great time and a one hell of a getaway, come visit us here in Sloan Creek. You won't be disappointed.
Sloan Creek Chamber of Commerce is a trademark of Sloan Corp. Wow, folks. That's all I can say is wow. We definitely have to tune in next week for the Scamics. This has been DTZ Podcast Network Comedy Block. Welcome. Now, this is the part called, that gotta hurt. This is Dad, and I brought back my buddy Cuz, and we're going to talk about somebody we had mentioned in the episode last season called Flea. Well, we got an update for him, and I'm going to let Cuz kind of get it started since he's the one that was first notified by Flea of a situation he's in.
All I can say is that fucking shit fucking looked like it hurt. Ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate you all tuning in today, and what a story we got here. Update to Flea. It's great to be back here on DTZ Entertainment, and we'll get started real quick. We got a long life friend named Flea. He lived around the neighborhood, and one thing led to another. If you go back to season 1 and kind of, we got a lot of details on kind of how Flea's kind of went, and then now we've got an update today, and I got a little message earlier in the week. As a matter of fact, it was Flea's birthday, and he gave me some info back the next day that Flea has lost his limbs. He has lost his fingers, ladies and gentlemen, and it is a very interesting story on how that all went together.
Yeah, I get a text from Cuz, and it's got a very short text with not much information, but pictures with it. And it's showing this guy's thumbs and nubs, no fingers. You know, I see the blacking on him, but it's hard to tell exactly what that. It could be dirt or something. The way the pictures were taken and stuff, and I'm like, what the hell is he gonna do? And stuff, and they got cut off, and it says frostbite. I'm like, well, we had just in the Midwest where we live, we just had a minus 23 degree weather for quite a spell, and he happened to fall outside into it. Is what we didn't find, but Cuz got together and we brought our other friend along, and we went and go see this guy and got the full story. And now, if you didn't know from the first season, he is a meth head. He's a dedicated meth head, homeless guy. And when we were there, we found out a lot of stuff about the guy.
Yeah, and I would say the moral of the story for the Riverbend area is, if you think you're cool and running around with the meth rock and smoking meth, we got something for your ears today, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, yeah.
Because you are a dang fool.
Oh, yeah. Our buddy, Flea decided it was the coldest one it was when we hit that at the minus 23 degrees. He lives in what they call a tent city or something by us.
Yeah, this is
in this little wooded
close.
area.
This is from between East Alton and Alton, and there's other individuals that live in this homeless camp in the woods.
Yeah.
And these guys have chosen to basically be scrappers and not be part of society. They're not taxpayers.
No, yeah, they're the ones that this is a lifestyle for them.
Yeah, they don't
and
follow
that's
society.
basically what you're gonna find out is he's turned this into a lifestyle.
Yes.
I call him the king of the homeless meth heads.
Yeah, king of the homeless camp. King Dad. Well, he was dad of the homeless shelter.
The homeless camp. Yeah. He wanted to be called. And for the people to understand it, this is how his psychosis and how far he's gotten. We all three show up to see the guy, and we go in, and he's not down and woe was me, and no, and you can understand. Yes, he's on painkillers and heavy stuff and drips and whatnot. We get that. But he's all upbeat about his situation. He's making jokes about calling himself Stubbs and Knuckles and stuff. And these are gone. And the fact is, we're looking at him like, what the hell, dude? Where are you at right now? And he's just starts telling us how he fell and what happened. And then I'm looking at this guy seeing one foot's wrapped all the way up, but the other foot isn't, and I can see his toes are black. At a point, as they go towards the pinkies, I can't tell the toes anymore. They're black, and I don't know if they're melted together, but it's at a point, so I know that's going to be coming off. And he's talking, about the situation.
About a bicycle. And
yeah, and
about
it's...
how he's going to make new hands with his stubs.
Yeah.
He was talking he was going to turn his stubs, because they've cut his fingers all the way back to past his knuckles.
Yes.
So if you can just imagine that picture, I know it's a morbid picture to try to grasp right now, but
it'll be on the website. It will. We're gonna put them up there.
But it's be ready for some morbid images if you do want to look at those. But
now this is post-surgery stuff.
Yeah,
this isn't like
he's
a
talking
tragedy.
about when he heals, he's wanting to put a Swiss Army knife installed into his stub of his hand, and then a hook in the other one, and some scissors, and like pliers and stuff. He was talking about. He had like all these crazy ideas. I mean, I'm glad that he's upbeat and trying to stay positive about it, but at the same time, he wants to go right back. Believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, he wants to go right back to where he was, to be living like in the shelter.
In the camp again.
He's not real too worried about even getting a roof over his head. He enjoys living out in the homeless city.
He says he likes the tent lifestyle, and he referred to it camping at first, but just like when he said he wasn't addicted to nothing. Correct. I'm not an addict, and then he talked about 2 addictions he has within maybe a minute and a half later. So
it's like he's lost the consciousness of even knowing that he's even got an addiction. Like
exactly,
it just became so routine that
I
it's
think,
just part of his life. There's no addiction when you're that's what you do.
Yeah,
because what he's trying to say.
And it's almost as if he's at a disbelief that, or he's talking about going to a place to be rehabilitated, and then he wants to go to the camp. But then at the same time, when he's talking about saying that, then he elaborates into about the rehabilitation center. They would bring him, and then our other friends telling us, well, they would be bringing him back for more surgeries. It's like, dude, they're going to be coming back to lop more stuff off. You're going to lose a whole foot. That's a given. What he told us about how he was walking and he had an injury on the foot already.
Right.
Ended up going to hospital for that, and then a couple days later, this is when he ended up getting the incident to himself that happened for him to lose his fingers. He went back to the homeless camp out of a house he was staying at overnight. Correct. The night before.
So he's getting into the details of what happened to Flea that night.
Yeah, he comes back from a house that day, goes into his tent, gets his heater all nice and going, or stuff. He showed us pictures so we can validate all this stuff. And I just looking at him like, holy crap, here we go. He says he went to go to another tent to check on a friend. He was just gonna check on it real quick or something, and he didn't prepare as well as he would have, I guess, to go over there. And it's below zero by 23 degrees below, rained. It's a mess. It's basically the area's shut down for the most part as far as commerce and whatnot's going on. Well, he goes to this tent to check on somebody if they're even in there. He don't even know if they're there. And he ends up tripping on something, falls onto some metal laying around out there because it's near a scrapyard, apparently. So there's metal just, I guess, laying every goddamn place. And he's hurt bad enough that he can't get up and ends up laying there longer than 20 minutes, I guess. And at that point, he's already in some serious trouble because frostbite's already going to be starting on any exposures. So he says he rolled over.
Started army crawling.
Army crawled into the tent of the teepee, which doesn't have no heat in it. Nobody in there, obviously.
Yeah, in negative
rolled up
that night.
Yeah, negative 23, and he ended up passing out in there for a day and a half.
That's what he's saying.
And
Finally, the guy he was living with
he
made it back to the camp to check because they hadn't seen Flea in a while.
Yes.
And I'll be dang if Flea wasn't there.
He was crawled out of the teepee, I guess, or he come out of the teepee and started yelling for the guy, and he had heard him at that point.
And he's like, "Why didn't you yell for me, man?" And he's like, "I have been."
Yeah, so it's...
And then it sounded like they waited a whole nother day after that because they were afraid to call the medical help because they didn't want the police to get there, because when the police gets there and they got to take somebody to the hospital, then you have to clear out the entire campsite.
Right. Oh, yeah.
So they were all afraid.
Yeah, that's something that
so they
struck
waited
me odd.
yeah.
He said they were holding out, but yeah, he's telling us how black his fingers are, that they were like rocks.
Yeah, they were.
But I
That's
do
odd that they
I
waited a
do
whole
get
other day. So that's where
I
he
do
pretty much lost his
understand
limbs.
how they're trying to protect the camp from all this and stuff. But at his state, you couldn't have had him go up to like out of the area to somewhere else and call an ambulance to pick him up. That wasn't happening because of his condition.
That's what they're saying.
But
yeah.
but in reality, man, I get where they were coming on. You didn't fall and break your arm. You know what I mean? So we'll walk you up to the edge. You're at a life-threatening stage at this point.
Yeah.
Death is intimate if you don't get something done. So when they wait, like you said, I think they did wait a day.
Yeah.
He's acting like it was just like an hour or so.
Or maybe they waited till the next morning or whatever. Yeah.
And yeah, this is bad. Now probably everything's starting to ache so bad it's horrendous because he's swollen now. And
Lucky to
then
be
he ended
alive.
up calling the ambulance. They took him to our local hospital, which ended up getting the med backed over to
So St. Louis.
the big hospital in St. Louis, and then he ended up. I guess I don't know how quick they surgeried the fingers off.
He sat there 2 days, I think it was, until because he went in the 19th or 18th or 19th. I think the 18th. And then they surgically removed the fingers on his birthday.
Okay.
So imagine that, ladies and gentlemen. You've chosen a life of methamphetamine, shooting it, injecting it. You've lost everything. The guy had a house, car, family, and it's all went to banging heroin in the woods, and he almost froze to death. So my goal for you, before you pick that meth rock up this weekend and think you're cool, you may want to think twice about that.
Oh yeah.
It could take you down one rocky, dark road.
He's under the disillusion that he just got to heal up.
I've witnessed it with multiple people around in the area of using it. I have never messed with it. Don't plan on messing with it. And I'm glad I haven't, because I've seen it terrorize and destroy families.
That's the whole thing. He can't find my house. That's the good part.
You can do anything for yourself or anybody else that you care or love about. Find them help. Get them some help. Get them off the methamphetamines. It's a very bad stuff. I know some of you guys enjoy getting high and stuff, but there's other ways. There's better ways. Go get you a bottle, a Jack, and a doobie, and enjoy yourself.
Yeah, no shit. Yeah, in reality, man, at least that, man, you're suffering from a hangover. You pop a cup of aspirin, you'll be okay again.
Get you some cupcakes, and you're good to go, man.
Yeah. It's now, folks. I hate to tell you, the reason what we've seen out of him, he's in the illusion that he's gonna just heal up in a few weeks and just gonna be able to go out there like it was, he fall down and skinned himself up. He's got black spots on his arms.
Yeah, he's almost lost his arms.
And they're not done. From what the doctor said in front of us, there's a tag hanging off of one of his arms that says risk on it, and I asked about that. They don't know how much more they may have to take of that hand. One's there. I think he said the thumb's included in that one.
Oh, you could.
So
he could lose that left foot.
Yeah,
and he's cool, and he's like, oh yeah, that's gonna be good. I'm gonna get out here and get my bike and my trailer, and I'm gonna start dumpster diving again, and you're like, you really want to get back into that life? He's like, oh, I like it, we were just, our jaws, ladies and gentlemen, were just dropped because for somebody that just experienced almost a life or death situation and you're about to ready to lose a foot and you've already lost all your fingers besides 2 thumbs, and then you're talking about going right back into the situation like it's all fine. Oh, it just blows my freaking mind. It does. It blows my freaking mind. And for anybody to have to think that is some hard do or die, you're a hustler lifestyle, and you think that's fucking the way to go, you gotta get yourself fucking checked out, man. It's just fucking...
Well, he keeps referring to he was checking on the girl and all that, and I'm thinking at this point she didn't have no heat in that tent or anything, and it was so cold. She's gone anyway, dude. She's out the door.
Anybody in the right mind.
Plus being a female, she can figure a way to get into indoors and warming centers. By being a female, most likely somebody will drive her to one. She ain't got to try to shuffle herself to one if it's in some distance. You know what I mean? For a guy, it's a little different story in these areas and stuff. So, but that was stupid on his part to even go do that. But what people need to understand, he's living this as it's a lifestyle. That he's going to save these homeless people. And it's like, they're not homeless because they got their job taken from them or they were laid off. They are homeless because they're junkies that don't want to get help. They don't care. They steal from people. They just whatevers. And they've created themselves a lifestyle. And anybody says, well, that's judgmental. He talked about it. This is what... For that, I'm not talking about everybody. We're talking about this individual and his people that he associates with. They made this a lifestyle for themselves. They're not homeless. They're not homeless because they lost their job. They're homeless because they're a fucking junkie.
Yeah, we're not trying to discriminate or.
Well, we're not labeling anybody else. We're giving
we're talking
you
about this flea guy.
Yeah, Flea's individual issue going on, and it's strange and it's sad how they've turned this into their lifestyle.
90% of people would want to change their life after what we've seen and this guy has experienced. But this is a whole nother level of just craziness.
How we get solar panel generators, and he'll give you the price of it, and you know damn well you ain't got that money, right. And then. As he talks more about what he's got in his tent, he'll mention the generator again or whatever because they got electricity and stuff. We've seen it as pictures of it, so it's there. But then you're like, it's stolen. Oh, I knew that.
Well, yeah, it's like you didn't have to tell us that.
You realize between Cuz and my wife, they have read your name. In the police blotters around here for 1 year straight, they were reading you just in trouble. It's like, come on, brother.
He's like, I went by the house and then the neighbor calls the cops on me, and I'm like, well, when we seen you in the Telegraph 4 times in the last 6 months, that's probably why my neighbor is calling the police, because you're in there every other day for hawking somebody's scrap metal or something in their yard.
Caught running out of a store with something.
Exactly. It's like they're doing me a favor, but I mean, I know he would never do that shit around our places, but it's like my neighbors don't know that.
Well, see, the thing is that he may not take off your property, but he'll damn for sure take off a neighbor's property.
I don't think so, but
I do. I think if he's with somebody, he'll play off your place.
He's smart. He's a smart criminal. I have to believe it or not. He works alone. So
he knows not to. He's a selfish criminal. He knows share this.
He says he's not though. He says he's doing all that.
But the Robin Hood.
No. Yeah. Remember now? Remember he was taking all that stuff to give it to him. Remember?
He's giving it to the homeless people because we were there. I don't know, a couple hours. Hours. I mean, because there's a lot to take.
There's some elaborate stories. Yeah, it's like to get everybody on par with us. We'd be here a while, but we're gonna try to get to to the good ones as much
Yeah,
as possible.
yeah, because a lot of the veering off he did into things, but he claimed California a lot and stuff, and I'm like,
You know, which is not a bad idea, but because it's warmer there, but the cost of living, dude, and
But I'm like,
there's,
the guy.
I got a news for him. There's not going to be any free shrimp in the Aldi's dumpster either.
Why is this homeless guy going to take him with him?
Exactly.
You're
not going to be able to work.
But
you know,
but he's taking him with him too. I could see where he may use Flea's what do you call it? Disability stuff to get stuff from there. But he's mentioning Flea mentioned what family. The guy has family out there. I'm thinking, why is he here? Homeless, wanting to go back there. You know what I mean? It's like I don't get.
I talked to my buddy from California, and he told me, he goes, well, he won't get any food out of the dumpster in California because they have a compost, because they have such a problem in the past. Oh. So they don't throw food like that away in the dumpster. They put it in the compost. So he's not going to get any.
Oh, okay, yeah, folks. What one of his gigs is, and this is his Robin Hood feeding the homeless, is he'll dumpster dive, which isn't technically illegal as far as
it's illegal.
It's illegal, but it's like they're not gonna really want to bring out the SWAT team and crazy.
Right.
But it depends on what way you leave things also. But he would go in, and I guess certain stores, we won't say the names of these stores, but certain grocery stores and whatnots at a certain dates done, it's still good maybe to eat, but it's unsellable. So they dump it into the dumpsters. Some of it's at that date for edible reasons also, but they're putting them in the dumpsters, and there's like cases sometimes of these that just didn't move, right? He's talking about getting them. He has a cart, or trailer. I'm sorry, we won't diminish his trailer he built.
The trailer he built
to his
for
bicycle.
his bicycle.
Now think about this, folks. He's lost his fingers, going to probably lose that thumb.
And a foot. And he's talking about getting back on his bicycle and trailer, hauling scrap and all this.
And taking these wares to the camp, feeding the homeless. He, when he steals from these stores, like food items, he's giving away most of that stuff to people because they need it. It's just like you listen to him, it's like you're talking about doing bad things and acting like you're Robin Hood in this. Yeah. And then what killed me,
trying to justify
my homeless kids,
trying to justify being a homeless meth addict. That's the moral of the story.
And mentoring homeless kids.
Yeah, he's the dad of the homeless camp. So
that's what. Well, I have them call me dad on the street. I'm thinking, okay. And he goes in. The reason why I say like he's got a lot of psychosing going on is because then he jumps into a story that's not even related to what we were just on.
Correct.
And stuff. It's all of a sudden he's telling us about, I don't know, somebody accused him of something. They need to read their text, and I'm just like, what the hell are you talking about? Who? And the people we get the gist of maybe who these people.
It went from scrapping to squirrel.
Yeah.
Real quick.
Yeah, squirrely. Yep.
No, squirrel. Like he was talking about this, and then squirrel.
Oh yeah, squirrel. Yep.
Yeah, it was.
Oh yeah, it's sad. It's to see him like that. He's toothless and everything, so he has no teeth in his head, and I don't imagine he has any dentures either. Because when we seen him, he's just flopping his jaws, and he's just eyes up and down. I'm just looking at this guy that I've known.
Taking the guy probably weighs
what
a $160 wet now. And
well, what do you think? We've known him what 30,
pounds.
35 years. We've known him or so, and it's like, man, I've watched you elevate into this. This is. I am glad that you do not know where I live. It is so. I mean, you're talking like this. Just kind of like the crap he did back in the day. He talked like it was the greatest thing, and he always tried to put a justification to everything, like it's for the better good of this, that, or the other. It didn't maybe pertain to anybody else but him, but he would do that and stuff.
he always liked to hustle, and now this hustle has turned into a hustle staying alive for him, and he's just not giving up some of the bad habits to make the changes you need to do. And
This is like a payday for him in reality. He has the means now to not be a homeless person, to have
Right.
a roof over his head, money in his pocket, not necessarily a bunch, but
No.
more that
But to
maybe
at least
can
get a roof over your head.
maybe get a McDonald's or do a little extra grocery shopping or whatever with, because I mean he's gonna need care. He's acting like he's gonna be able to run around on his own. It'd be like if you ended up homeless tomorrow, you'd be all right. You got everything still, your hands, your feet. You know, I'm just talking as far as your body's concerned. You know, you got everything. The thing about him though, he's a survivor. I give him that shit. Holy crap, he's like a cockroach. You ain't kill him. I've watched this man elevate from being a gangster and real. You know, we don't play games when we say what he claims to be and stuff, because there's backup with it. But we've watched him go from considered a gangster, like a strong guy, to someone that was up and down with dealing with life as far as families and keeping jobs and moving from here and there and trying to find their place. He'd melded around with that for a minute, and we would help him. But this was the helping years, and then all of a sudden it's just like he gave up on life, and I'd rather do this and run with these guys.
Yeah.
And you're looking at these guys going, man, I hate to tell you, man, if they passed out on the floor dead, I'd just step over and keep going. There's no reason to bring them back. They're not doing nothing for no one. I don't need a leech. I support my family. I don't need to support these fools too that are going to end up taking more, you know, and stuff. And he's like wanting to be the savior to them, but not save them and put them in house. He wants them to praise him.
Yeah. Yeah, he doesn't want to try to find help and stuff. He
wants to be their king.
Whatever to keep the camp going. Yeah.
The king of the homeless meth heads.
Exactly. You know,
King Flea.
I understand his mentality, but in reality, you're running everybody that's in that kind of situation and trying to better yourself, get out of that situation. You know.
Yeah. See, I mean, if you're looking to better yourself, you know, and stuff, we're not talking about you. If you're running with this full flea and stuff, you're screwed. You are screwed. I can tell you right now, he would treat you like gold as he's picking your pockets clean. You will never see nothing coming and when you become useless to him, then all of a sudden you're a problem. I've seen that. All of a sudden, why did you do this to me? What? It starts off, if you ever been in a toxic relationship of a selfish person, you'll know the signs. It just starts off with little small things, and then the next thing you know, he goes, which at this point, if you're to mess with him, it'd be a psychosis craze. Then he was going to full-blown blaming you for his whole life. I've only known you fucking a year, but you've ruined my whole life. From the age of birth to now. I only known you 6 months, shithead. You know, that's the type of guy he can be. And especially now he is. He gets, man, I couldn't believe how upset he got about when homeless. Well, they're mistreating the government. And I'm like, dude, you don't even know what the government is. You know, you're so whacked out that you lost everything. I've watched your galls come off, and I can see your nubs and stuff where you're at in this process. You know, literally, I'm looking at stuff you had lost days ago, going, you're not changing nothing. You're going to be you. You do not want to work on nothing. You don't want to do nothing. Rehab, you're blowing rehab off as far as that's going to be your way to get over to Alton. It's his ride back to the tent cities. That's what he and stuff. And I got people working on this. I know you do. I know there's counselors and whatnots at these hospitals there to help you. They just don't. They're gonna get you what you need, but you're gonna use what's coming because you've already. You've said it. You didn't say it as I'm gonna abuse it. You do. All I did was pay attention.
Yeah, it's hard to It's hard to believe the guy doesn't want to use the resources and stuff. He's more worried about California or going back to the homeless thing. And
I think it's a bounce.
When it's pretty much spelled out to him where there's going to be options, and hopefully he picks the right cards. But maybe we'll have an update down the road. Maybe we'll have positive news, ladies and gentlemen, or this could go south. So
yeah, I'll tell you what. At this point, he's going through the motions. So it's going to be before we can tell you everything what he's lost all around, right. Because he's going to lose toes on one foot that we've seen. The foot that's wrapped up, he may lose completely. It may be taken up to the ankle. Right. So
I think we should come back.
Yeah, we will do that.
Or a few months or whatever.
In season 3, we will, seeing that this is our finale one.
See where it went.
Yes.
I think that'd be pretty fun.
Yeah, because I mean, you had to hear he was making jokes about himself. It was
great to see the guy being positive about it, but it's just all for the wrong reason.
Yeah, we're just like, oh man. Plus, and then as you talk to him and listen, this guy, he's going right back, trying to go back to what he did. He ain't going to.
As he walks out there, he's riding back to the homeless camp. Dude.
Exactly, calling somebody, his aunt,
calling for the fix and everything. He's gonna have a whole camp boiled up in no time.
Oh yeah, so. He'll be up and running.
It's sad. Maybe to laugh about it, but this guy's on a whole nother level, ladies and gentlemen. And we've been friends with acquaintance with him since we were kids, and it's a nonstop thing. So
so you understand that we know him so well that we know where this is going to go,
probably
and stuff. But it is interesting to see is he going to be that late in life motherfucker decides I'm gonna straighten my shit up. I don't know, with the fingers gone and everything, you sure ain't gonna grab a fucking shovel or a pick and start going to the ditch and dig.
I'm very interested to get updated pictures with the Swiss Army knife and the pliers.
Oh yeah, well I'll definitely put that on the website. Oh, if he goes commando with this and does what he says he's gonna do, folks, this about
you may
every
have some
movie
breakthrough prosthetics created by Flea.
Yeah, homeless Flea creates state-of-the-art prosthetics.
He'll end up becoming a millionaire because he's going to put a Swiss Army knife in his
exactly.
So, you never know, ladies and gentlemen.
All did it in his homeless camp.
That's right, on meth.
On meth. He went to Herb's Meth World. That's where he went.
Herb's Meth World. I think you have that on YouTube, don't you?
Yep, I got that one on YouTube, the commercial for
Check
Herb's
that
Meth
out
World.
Too, DTZ.
Yeah, that one's funny. We're getting ready to do a lot more for YouTube, but yeah, that's funny. All right, this has been my buddy Cuz. We were jigging on Flea, and this is Dad, and I'm going to end this conversation with him, so tune in to the next episode. Thanks, folks.
Thanks.
Now that Season 2 of Coffee Bar Stories is having a season finale, you'll be able to catch DTZ Entertainment's other podcasts, Stories That Are Made Up, with its own Season 2 starting March 6th. All new original stories that are told with sound effects will be there, along with all stories written by amateurs and performed by non-professionals. So keep an eye out March 6th for Stories That Are Made Up Season 2. Coffee Bar Stories and Stories That Are Made Up are a DTZ Entertainment production. Live from the Coffee Bar, it's your DTZ News.
Welcome back to the DTZ News. I'm your host, Son, and today's news, episode 20, it's the season finale. It's been a very long season, and we are extremely thankful for everyone who has listened so far. Dad over there looks like he's itching to do something. We don't have much news other than it's our season finale, though.
There is one other piece of news, though. There is the other DTZ Entertainment's podcast, Stories That Are Made Up, is releasing season 2 March 6th. So be looking for that. There'll be a commercial coming out and everything about it too. So that is another podcast that this place has. So look for that.
Yeah, the DTZ Entertainment second podcast, Stories That Are Made Up, will be out, as Dad said, on March 6th. I think that is the only set of news we have. The only thing I need to do before we jump into something else real quick is don't forget...
No, there will be a season 3.
Yeah, there is a season 3. Don't you guys worry. We'll have that under wraps. We will be dropping hints on when... We'll basically let you know when we're recording the first episode on social media, but we'll probably be dropping hints on when we'll get started. We'll take a quick hiatus. I don't know, how long do you think we'll say? A few weeks or so?
It'll be... Yeah, it'll be after our birthday.
Okay, yeah, so about a month or so.
Yeah, I'd look towards April 4th to start back up.
Yeah, that sounds like a decent time, April 4th, because we'll probably do some type of 420 special. So, just knowing us.
Yeah. that may be what we may end up doing is getting the first episode out on 420.
That could work.
Celebrate the way we act and stuff. Because we're not an actual pot. We do a lot of pot talk on this, but we're not a pot
centric
podcast. We're a comedy podcast.
So, yeah, just keep your ears peeled around April. Early March, maybe for some hints to be dropped. Around April, keep your ears out when we'll have an episode out around then for season 3. Other than that, we're going to cut the news here. Tell you guys to follow us on all of our social media if you're not already. We have the X/Twitter account. I don't know what we call that anymore. There's the Facebook account we have, our YouTube account, and then we also have a website you can go to if you'd like to. All of those will be in the description of episode, wherever you can find this. You should be able to find the links down there. So we should cut this straight into the DTZ discussion now, huh?
Yeah, we'll go right into it, because later in the episode, I had talked with my buddy Cuz, and he had informed us about someone we talked about in the first season, Flea, and stuff. He mentioned that, and me and the boys are going to react to the information that came from all that. So, we told the boys about it. Everybody knows, at this point, you'll know that Flea has, besides being a meth head junkie, he also likes to fall down and get frozen in, 23 minus degree weather, and lay down outside like that and lose appendages. So, basically, as you guys had found out, is, Flea had tried to check on a friend, supposedly, in this horrible weather, and his little homeless tent camp hurt himself, and had laid there too long, and then crawled into a tent, and warmed up. It did warm up from what he had claimed some, but then come out and started screaming for help, and his buddy helped him back. We had done that, explained it, right? And you guys already know this has happened.
Yeah.
Well, the problem with all this is we show up to this, and he's lost all of his fingers, right? They're gone at this point when we show up.
So what you're saying is his 5-finger discount has been taken away.
Exactly.
That's unfortunate.
But, yeah, well, he was, you know how it rained and everything, too, for this. It was bad. Nobody went to work. Hell, I pre-called off on this one. I wasn't trying to go into work, as far as I got to drive in and stuff. So what I found funny, Cuz had talked about, was that the way he's all, not the drugs, the way he's just not down, what was me about it? He's just like, well, I'll just make these new hands and everything. And you just tell, you're so far gone into drugs, you don't even realize the tragedy that is bestowed upon you. And everybody's like, well, maybe the shock. And they kept coming up with all this what ofs. And I'm like, we've known him from childhood till now. Watched him go through so much different things and stuff like that, and choices he's made, whatever. They're bad and good or whatever, right? And the fact that you're going to do this and be oblivious that you want to go back to what it was. He's acting like, okay, I lost my fingers and stuff, and as soon as this heals up, it's like I got a deep cut on an arm. After it heals up enough, then I'm gonna go back and do what I was doing.
Yeah, don't think that's how that works
That's
at
not,
all.
Not at all.
Yeah, no, definitely not how that works.
Well, you boys know him. You've met him.
yeah,
You
unfortunately.
Yeah, you don't know. You haven't known him as long, but what you've met, you watched where I had cut him off out of my life
Yeah.
Yeah.
part, so you know all the drug addict part of him and stuff like that, and you've heard about the craziness back in the day, which in episode 1, me and Cousin talked about him and that some of the antics back then and stuff. This is here. It's like you want to. It's almost like he's happy it happened to him, and now he in his mind, he's raised up to this level now in the homeless encampment or community, I guess he'll call it, for his little area himself. And he's raised himself up to like a king status now.
So he's acting like a martyr for the entire.
Exactly. When all
The homeless martyr?
because he said he was out there to check on a girl that just happened to be, making sure either A, she was warm in there and not dead, or wasn't in there, and then hopefully that meant she was at a place where she's safe and warm, right? He can't run around everywhere and look, but he was going to check there for whatever reason, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense. I'm wondering if he just hadn't went out there, scored something, and just had happened to trip, and all that happened, but he wasn't doing what he's the virtuous that he claimed to us doing. He wasn't going out there to check on somebody. He was out there, maybe scored his dope, got it from the guy, or the girl or whoever, got his stuff and was heading back, and didn't, the guy didn't do nothing. He went on his way, got in his car, whatever, drove off, and he's heading back to go back to his tent. It's all heated up. Tripped, like he said, fell onto the metal, like he said, ended up laying there, and then, his, I guess, coat and whatnots were damp from the rain part of everything, and it stuck to the ground. Then had to fight to get up and, to get loose, I'll say, and then army crawl into this teepee, he said, like that, right? So we're the way he's telling us this, and I'm thinking to myself, okay, he's trying to be virtuous about it. It's most likely that's what happened. He just scored his shit. But the way he talked tells us he goes back, and the first tell of the story, he gets in there, and they're in there for a while, and he's trying to warm up, and the guy turns the heater up and the whole nine. They got a heater like the one we got in our garage.
Yeah.
But they're running it off the propane tank, the one we use for our the size we got for our grill.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's they got some decent heat coming into this place, and it's covered. It'll hold heat.
Yeah.
And at the first time he's talking, that they were in there maybe some hours, and then they realized he had to go to the hospital and stuff, and that his fingers were hurting and stuff. He didn't, and then he's going through the story a second time after we talk some stuff, and we, there's 3 of us there, so he says some other things. Then he tells it again, and he's talking about how his fingers were all stiff like rocks and everything. Now I'm thinking, you're heading back to this, he's carrying you into the tent to get right, and your fingers are like this. Why aren't you calling the ambulance then? Said you're sitting there, and come to find out, he's sitting there more than hours. He was in there probably a day at least before they called it. He was probably on the verge of getting
hypothermia, a whole bunch of other
septins
stuff.
or something into him to where there's no coming back from it. They were gone anyway.
Yeah.
So when he finally and stuff, it just he's talking about going back there. Then he's talking going out to California with a guy, and this guy's homeless, but he's got family out there for them to go to. And I'm thinking to myself, if he's homeless here, why ain't he going out there? But he's gonna go out there. Why isn't any of this transpired yet?
Yeah. Why is he out
Well,
here?
why wouldn't you jump on the bus right away to get this done if this is a true situation?
Yeah. Especially if you're homeless.
It's incredible the amount of, it's like he talks about feeding the homeless. It's like you turn this into a lifestyle. How the hell did you do that? How do you make being homeless a lifestyle?
Yeah.
With lots of practice.
He's like Cuz said, he's a hustler. He back in the day, he didn't, not everything was on the up and up, but he did have some legit jobs and whatnot, and had skills. He could drive a semi at one time. He had the license, the whole nine. He did it for a while. He's good at bad decisions, but he's also not one. He don't like to conform either.
Yeah.
He fucking really weird guy. Are we sure he wasn't just trolling for Strange when he fell?
That too. I mean, when you look at him, it's like at this point it's just like Jesus Christ, come on, man. Flea. It's I don't know why you got to be a martyr, but this is ridiculous.
Mm-hmm. You said he said it's something about going to California with another dude. What are you gonna do with only one thumb? And even that thumb is iffy.
Yeah, and what he's gonna lose, he's not even done losing everything. That's the thing that everybody needs to understand. Like Cuz said earlier, oh my God, it's just horrible how he's gotten himself. His foot. He's gonna lose a foot most likely. The toes on one, they blended it. At a point, it's hard to tell what are toes.
Oh God!
It starts out, you can see like the big toe and maybe the first one, and then after that, it's just like it's melded down to where your foot ends. It's hard to tell that they're even there.
Oh God!
Wow.
All black, and I mean black. They should have been already taken off. That dark, you know.
I think
not
that
turning,
one scene from
Mr. Deeds.
Yeah, Mr. Deeds.
Yeah, the frostbite on him is ungodly. I mean, but his face is untouched. His face and head was untouched. Well, he had a hood and he said a beanie on, that kind of thing, which would help the back of his head and
I don't
top.
think I've ever seen
But
that
his
man
face,
without a beanie or hood.
He said when he was in the tent, when he crawled into the tent that was unheated and rolled up in the blankets, that he had his face covered with that freak. We're like, man, that is fucking weird. I mean, the nose and nothing wrong, not any blemish on it. He said I think he had just a little bit of red on it, but it was like when you're outside in the cold for a little bit and come in, that's basically what that was, and that went away because he looked fine. His face was fine. And I'm like, man, because when you look at the nubs and everything, it's just like, good Lord, his arms on his his left arm, but like where your forearm and then your bicep and elbow area is, right in that area right there, that's where like he had frozen to the ground on it.
Oh God!
And then I'm like, wait a minute, did you have long sleeves on? What the hell? You know, things he's saying, and some of the injuries you can see, it's like, how are you frostbitten like that? But I don't know if that was like the coat was wet, or whatever, the clothing over that arm was wet there, and that's where he had frozen to it.
Maybe.
You know what I mean, and stuff, and that's how that happened. I don't know, but I'm just like, looking at this, going, it's unbelievable how upbeat you are about it. Okay, I get that because I know, you're not right. You're not there. The drugs, there's no. You're at the no comeback zone.
Yeah.
You're in a psychosis that only thing you want is all this accolade of being the king of the homeless meth heads.
He thinks of himself as what? Reborn
he says
Christ?
They call him dad, not daddy like he, in a sexual sense like dad. These are my home, and he calls them his homeless kids, and here's me
This
and Cuz
man
Cuz and our other friend are looking at him like, are you fucking shitting us? And you're talking, and this is at the point where he's talking about going back to them, taking care of them and everything. It's like, dude, you're about to have, and even when we mentioned you're about to be a footless fuck,
Yeah.
He's like, even if my foot's going up, fuck deep of rock to it, I'm like, holy shit.
This man
Here we go.
has extreme delusions of grandeur.
He just, it's all about, this was Robin Hood. When he steals from Walmart, and she, I'm like, oh, fuck. I was going to go in all God's honesty, I was going to go in and jig on him like a motherfucker. I was just going to go in and literally just pick him to pieces going, hey, man, give me 5. Oh, forgot I couldn't. I had worked on my hand jokes the day before. Even some of the guys at work, a couple of the black guys at work even were like, man, dude, that's kind of dark. I'm like, well, fuck, dude, look at this picture. Oh, dude, I want to see it. But they were like, damn, you're going to do that to me? I said, man, come on, think about it. You're a junkie, for Christ's sake. Come on. And your friends, we have given him, I was telling them, we have given him hands up time and time and time again, we have helped him out.
It's hand over foot
And-
with him.
Yeah, and it just, and I said, at this point, man, and then we hadn't seen him yet by that point. The guys at work were like, well, good luck when you see him and stuff. I'm like, man, I'm working on my skit, so it'd be good. And then I go up in there and he's talking about, hey, it's Nubs, and I'm like, Jesus, he'd beat me to the punch on all that. He's all happy-go-lucky and.
Damn.
And people are like, well, that's because he's up on the painkiller. No. What he's telling me, no, it ain't the painkillers. This dude is, like I've been saying to you, he's in a grander thing. It is hilarious.
Oh, fuck yeah.
I'm thinking nothing's changed.
How the hell is he gonna help a whole bunch of other helpless people if he can't even wipe his own ass?
Build hands. Literally, he's gonna build his own hands.
How?
Or fingers.
That's
How-
not exactly how that.
We
Okay, Geppetto.
Some metal or something he said.
Are prosthetics even that advanced to where if you do not have the muscles there, can you even control them?
Yes,
Like, I mean, we have
they're-
robotic ones,
You're
but
talk-
he's not affording that.
No.
Well, you're
exactly.
talking about a homeless guy that claims because he has a solar generator, a fucking built pipe stove, and basically got in his tent. It's got it's like a house basically for him, according to him, and a workshop. He repairs things, he fixes things, and sells them on eBay. Or sells them on the internet. I'll say that. I don't know what he uses, because his phone's always on. His aunt pays his bills, so he does have access to everything, right? Like that. That's
Good
when
luck
they
using the phone now.
he has it with him. He was using it when we were there. That's,
the nub?
that's how I seen pictures of. Showed us pictures of where he lives and everything. I mean, just as if it was his house and
No,
stuff.
I'm saying good luck him using that phone now. It's just that
He
nub.
used it. His thumb. He laid it on the pillow and used his thumb to scroll around and shit. I was like, okay. I was like, I get it. You could do that, but his hand though. Holy shit! The palm. The swole of it. It had to been swelled up to softball. The
last
size of a regulation softball is how round that hand is right now.
Last time I saw him, his hand was already that size when he had all of his fingers.
See, that is another thing. I was like, dude, you're destined to lose a hand. What about that time? Then I said that to him, and he was like, well,
Shit happens. Not like this.
He once again blows it off and everything. It's like, my God, dude, you were so far. I had cut him off. Cuz didn't. Cuz kept hanging out and was letting him come over there for a while, and told him, because it was like the beginnings. I guess he wasn't like shooting it up yet, the meth or nothing. It was more like you get high on it with these junkie buddies, but then if he went to Sean's, he didn't do it. He'd drink beer or drink and smoke pot, right? Still do something to cover that, and maybe sneak off and do a little bit of it, but not enough to give him away.
Yeah.
And then as it grew and it was getting uncontrolled, then he got cut off from Cuz and stuff. And our other friend only went because like me and Cuz grew up with him and stuff. He was just he had cut him off, God, long before I even did. So he hadn't talked to him as far as seeing him or whatever in a very long time. It's like me and Cuz said, you can't pity him. You can't pity him because for some reason you can't bring this man down.
Yeah, I've only met him a couple of times, and then the one time, right? Well, he did always seem to be like that. Oh, he's the king of fuck it, whatever.
Yeah.
That's the best way I can put it.
Oh well.
Exactly. You guys see, that's what I'm saying. You guys know when I'm telling you this about how he's acting, and because the other people, you listen to it, you don't really know until now. My boys tell you it, and it's like, holy shit. This dude, when he was a gangster, same difference. Live, ride, and die. There, he wasn't. He was more trying to use it. I got a status. But with this, it's like he's like trying to raise himself up to like, I'm the king of the idiots.
Yeah. Fucking, I remember going to work one day and seeing him, and he kept trying to flag me down, and all I did was run, because I'm not dealing with it. I don't remember where I was working at the time, but it was one of those stupid fast food jobs. And I already knew to myself, I'm going to be dealing with bullshit when I get to work. I'm not dealing with some random ass bullshit from this fuck. Let's keep walking. Because God forbid, the last thing you know, he's going to ask me for money. And if it's not for money, it's, oh, hey, man, you want to do this job with me real quick? Your dad ain't got to know. Just, do it with me. Because I don't know if he's told you, he's tried to do it to me like quite a few different times. He's like, I bet you're just like your dad. We can go do some shit. Like, no.
Yeah, he's something else. He's a big bullshitter, man.
Yeah.
I don't mean bullshitter as far as like
a joker.
He's lying to you what he's done.
Oh,
that's,
okay. No, you mean
that's
like a
not.
joker.
He don't bullshit that. He'll bullshit you into doing it. He'll. Oh man, no man, I never get caught. Never mind. He's been in the paper fucking the last 6 months straight. You know what I mean? But he's a big bullshit when it comes to that. He'll get you to do it, but he'll bullshit you into it. Well, hell, he admitted that the Walmart thing kills me. He's so pissed off at them because they offended him. What did they used some terminology when he got in trouble at one of the Walmarts. I'm not sure where it's at, the exact one, but one of them, whatever he got in trouble for, it was real weird. Well, it's shoplifting.
Yeah.
But they had a name they used for, I guess, maybe he's been there before and they let him go, whatever. But they used a name he got all offended about the name they used. Like,
they called him Pudgy.
No, like, I'm not the, more like I'm an upscale criminal type deal. Don't you dare put me down in the dirt pay.
They call him a petty criminal?
I'm a fucking upscale criminal. How dare you put me in with them?
Buddy, I don't...
So, with that mentality of them basically saying you're like a shit turd criminal, he took offense to it like that. So he made sure he robbed them. He would walk out of there guaranteed, even if he went there with people buying shit, he's walking out with something that he didn't pay for.
Yeah,
what he
sounds
told
like
us. He said, "Oh, I probably got a couple $100,000." I'm thinking, man, like I said, because I said, what did he admit to, about 25 felonies easy? The couple hours we talked with him, we're there at the hospital with him. He probably admitted about 25 felonies.
No, dear God.
I'll tell the law enforcement right now, they're not worth shit. And put it this way, what he looks like and what he's probably going to end up looking like, give it about 6 more months or so.
Yeah.
Man, you don't want to mess with it. There's no sense. He's getting a hell of a payback. Trust that.
Oh, fuck yeah, he is.
He ain't going to be king of the homeless fucking
He's getting the karmic
meth heads
retribution of a
anymore.
lifetime.
Yeah. Myself, I think he's disillusioned under the concept that he thinks that all of his stuff was being picked up and stored for him. That he's going to have whatever things he's got his bike, like his bike that he knows where that he's going to get it back from this guy, things like that. I question that heavily, that any of that's even.
He has a bike.
Yeah, they may have said this to him. Yeah, we'll do it, but I don't believe they'll go get his bike, and I don't believe anybody went and got his stuff and is going to store it for him. I'm sure somebody got his stuff, but he ain't getting it back.
Yeah, I was gonna say, watch him get back, and then his tent or whatever the fuck it is just gonna be empty as fuck.
My more thing is, he has a bike. What does he think he's gonna be riding it anymore? You need 2 hands, dipshit. Yeah, I bet you can ride your bike with no handlebars. Let's see how that goes on with you.
In 1 foot? Oh, that foot wrapped up's gone. It's even he at a point did concede that thing's gone, pretty much. But that's because we were cornering him on some other shit. But yeah,
Is he talking about like an actual bicycle?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Okay.
it's a bicycle with a trailer that he made. That they made. You know, it's
a
probably
radio
out one of those
flyer.
kid seats, huh?
Out of a radio flyer.
That's what I would like those kid ones that you put on a bike that you can pull behind you. That deaf guy had one.
Oh, okay. So it's an actual made, like an actual one for that type of thing. Then.
The frames for it, and he
Okay,
just
never mind.
modified it. Probably got rid of the seats in it and just made it flat, put sides to it, probably so he can, like a wagon at a point. But
If he's
yeah.
adept, if you.
But he made it a lifestyle. That's my whole point. This is not no motherfucking. This ain't a lifestyle.
I was gonna say, if he's adept with his hands and can build things, why didn't he use them? But oh, there goes his hand.
That's the whole thing. He's gonna build hands. How are you gonna build your hands?
Without your hands.
He's gonna build his hands
With one foot.
And that's the thing. Me and not Cuz, but our other friend, we're looking at each other across while he's looking at Cuz telling him this about building his hands. And I'm looking at him, and we're both looking at him going, he doesn't get the irony of how you gonna build something you need something to build for.
I find it hilarious. Everything I think of, anytime you bring something up, I'm like, well, why doesn't he? He doesn't have hands now. If he did it, I mean, if he did before, he wouldn't be in this problem. But now he can't do it.
Well, the thing that cracks me up is we're not gonna give him money or nothing, right?
Oh, God, no.
That's not happening. and like the bills and all that. This disability gonna be his thing. He ain't gotta worry about money. If he does everything right and does what they're going to, but we doubt it, because he wants to go back to be the king of the fucking homeless meth heads, you know.
Guess he can't.
How are you gonna be Robin Hood when you can't actually pick up the shit you're gonna steal?
Well, this makes it even worse. You know what our other friend told him we were gonna do for him?
Oh God.
Cuz I just thought about this. When you get out of the rehab and everything, because that's what he keeps talking about, getting out of rehab. He's gonna go back to be king of the homeless and them again. He said, if you cannot get your bike back, we'll get you a bike.
Get him a fucking tricycle.
And we will. And like I told him, I said, well, hell, you know, we got bikes sitting at the house that nobody uses and stuff, you know. We got one we could probably throw him, you know what I mean? But, you know, I'm sure the tire is flat and everything. He's still going to give it to him, whatever. But
Do you
I'm
think
thinking,
we
how's he going to ride this son of a bitch like you guys said, with no hand, no feet?
We could give him it's without the handlebars. That would be hilarious as fuck. Like,
No.
we took the handlebars off because we didn't think you'd need them.
And
Well,
it's
he
missing a
could use
pedal
them
as
to
well.
hang things on, though. Remember?
How's he gonna
No.
put stuff on there?
No, you give it to it the way it is, because he's gonna rebuild everything. You gotta understand. All we heard is about how, which he does take things apart and put things back together. He's probably fixed some things through his time, right?
Yeah.
You know, he's handy. He's not a nitty.
Not anymore.
Well,
handy.
he's not like intelligent wise. He's not stupid. You know,
Yeah.
he does have an education. He's just an ignorant drug addict. You know, it's not like he isn't smart enough. He's just a drug addict and did what he wanted to do, and what he wanted to do did not turn out well. But, you know, it's like, you're talking about going back to doing all this shit. How the fuck is that going to happen?
Yeah.
This tent of his, if it's what he says it's like an Arctic tent built for the Arctic, has this inside lining and stuff, and he was talking about really nice and all this, and I'm thinking, wow, okay, I understand they make tents like that.
Yeah.
You know, he's using names, all, you know, the word names and things that, okay, yeah, I understand what he's talking about, so yeah, this is a real thing. But then I'm thinking, none of that's gonna be there if they're throwing the hell, especially. They try to avoid the cops coming there because the cops throw them out of there. You know, the ambulances coming there, I should say, because cops come with it, right?
Yeah.
Because that's not an area you're supposed to be in anyway. So they're already breaking the law. The area wants them out of there, so they're all, you know, you all got to go type deal. And so I imagine that's all gone anyway. So to return there, by the time he's able to return there, probably, if there's anybody there, won't know who he is.
No, probably not.
Be a whole different
A whole different,
situation.
technically like a community as he calls
Yeah,
it.
because and he keeps calling himself dad to these homeless kids. And, you know, I'm thinking, what do you mean homeless kids? What are they, 7, 8 years old and their parents kicked them out?
Papa.
They're not paying their rent? What the hell are you talking about?
I would like more garbage slurry, Papa.
Well, is there like homeless families? You don't let him around homeless families.
Oh God, no.
You just don't, trust me. You don't allow him around kids. He's not, you know, he's not gonna punch him or anything like that, but you just don't want him around kids. What would be your favorite things to say to him?
You fucked up, big idiot.
All I can think of is a bunch of hand jokes.
That's what I mean. Start dropping them. I want to do good ones.
I dropped most of my good ones earlier because now it's
Want to
just
do tattoos. Can't do that now.
Oh, hell, ain't it? Oh, he's talking about getting stuff like Swiss Army knives put in there. And all
What the?
kinds
Who
of
the
stuff.
fuck does
You
he
know,
think he
to where,
is?
Where he could just
The Terminator?
pull it out and oh yeah, this is the shit he's telling us.
Oh my fucking god.
Taking Velcro, wrap it around his hand, and and it would have like an extension on it, and he can get things with it. And I'm thinking, how are you gonna pull a trigger on that son of a bitch with just your thumb?
Hopes and triggers.
Which you
Hopes and
could
triggers.
do, but I'm thinking, no, you're not. You're talking about making things that you need these things for. You need phalanges for that reason. To do that, and well, my buddy's gonna help me. This guy he keeps talking about, this mysterious guy that's so, he did say brought him in the tent and stuff like that. I understand, but you're talking about a guy that's homeless, man.
Yeah.
And a dope head. I'm sorry. At this point, he's considered you taken care of. He's gonna take care of your shit for himself.
Yeah, the transaction ended once you ended up in the hospital, buddy. I don't think he cares anymore. He now sees his payment as all your stuff.
We haven't checked, but I would suspect that camp's gone.
Oh, I doubt
that
it's
whole
still
area.
there.
I'm imagining the cops would come.
Did they pull in an ambulance to the place?
Yeah, they had to.
Oh, yeah.
No, there was no way to get him. They had to take him by air.
Oh, then yeah, no, they definitely fucking got
His
all them
feet,
motherfuckers out of there.
Yep, it'd be interesting. Now, you'll be able to see. We didn't get pictures. We only got the pictures of the hands. I don't believe the face is even shown in either one of them, which you don't need to see. It ain't. You're not missing nothing, folks. It's not.
It's not a beautiful mug.
Well, he claims it is. He did.
Yeah, he's a liar.
But it's the face. It doesn't matter. If there is, we'll show it. But they will be unwrapped hands. They're not. They don't have the gauze on them or nothing like
Yeah,
that.
it's extremely not safe for work.
You see what happens when they remove fingers.
We'll have a blog post on our websites with it in there.
If I can find out, I'll get a hold of Kaz and see if he can have him send them pictures if they took them of the fingers before they removed them. If he's got pictures of those, we'll get them and put them on there too.
Oh,
we'll get a blog on to there to where for you that are interested, you can go watch it. It ain't gonna be look at it. It ain't gonna be somebody that all of a sudden you click on the website and it's thrown in your face.
Yeah,
and
no.
freak
Well,
out.
I'll try to have a
figure it out.
disclaimer on the blog post for it as well, and I'll also try to find a way to blur the images just in case you're like, second thought, I'm good. We'll give you as much of a warning as we possibly can, but yes, we'll have the images up on our blog post when we get the chance.
Yeah.
Otherwise, this is your warning.
Yeah.
Yep. And that's the outcome of what this is. And this person will be back doing what he was doing before, if it's possible. If he can
definitely
figure out,
guaranteed.
if he can sucker one of these people that are his so-called
Children of the
homeless, he'll have them do what he needs them to do to him the way he takes in his drug. Believe that. This wasn't the wake-up call to quit. Let's put it that way.
Oh God, no, it wasn't.
But-
Especially with the way you said he was acting.
There'll be an update to this. Come to find out, it may turn around to we may have some really kooky stuff to tell you on an update. So be closely monitoring when season 3 comes out. Keep closely monitored because it'll be in episode 3 when we actually get an update on Flea. Flea may end up a fly on the wall.
Alrighty, I think that's been the coffee bar discussion.
This is Dad.
This is Son.
This is Bubba.
We'll see you guys later.
DTZ Entertainment has a sad announcement that our friend Paul had passed away in early January. He will be greatly missed by all that who knew him and worked with him. I'd like to send my prayers out to his family from our family. Thank you for listening to Coffee Bar Stories. This is your host, Dad.
This is Son.
And I'm Bubba. And don't forget to check us out at dtzentertainment.com.